December 11th. Hope you'll be joining us. KIRO Newsradio celebrating 36 years of holiday magic benefiting Treehouse. You want to tune in on the 11th of December to hear the special guests, the stories, the great work of Treehouse, what it does for kids in the foster care system statewide, and more. And more information, you can always head over to mynorthwest.com/holidaymagic.
Well read, well said, Joe.
Thank you. I just don't get it. Just feel so depressed this time of year, Lucy. Nichols. Say George Nichols. All right, let's get Felix in
Real
here.
estate.
Plastics. Here comes Felix. Come on, Joe. Pay attention.
Felix the cat.
Felix the cat. He is like a house cat. Or no, an outside cat that you fed one day, and then he keeps coming back. Like, whose cat is this? I don't know. Don't let him in the house. Yes. Don't let him in the house. Scratching on the couch. Have you come in here with breaking news?
I do have some breaking history news.
Hold on.
Because I'm not just satisfied talking about the past. I like talking about the future because I am very future focused. It's all about the future for me. And the sad news today is those colorful lights that have adorned the King 5 broadcast tower.
I'm
atop
looking
Queen
forward.
Anne
Let me
Hill.
tell you something. I am so looking forward to the lighting of those 3 towers at Queen Anne that basically you don't notice them all year. But then in that special moment, there's a countdown. Used to be Jeff Renner would do it. They'd light it up. That was the beginning of the holiday season because I would be so sort of off my game. I don't want to use the word depressed. It's overused. But when those lights came on, I was like, yes.
Yeah, maybe you were.
This is what it's all about.
I think you were dysmorphic, which is that kind of depression that's not really depression. It's more just you're not happy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree. The lights come on and it's happy days are here again and that's the beautiful thing about companies that have these traditions that go on and on for decades. They know
regardless.
It's not about the bottom line. No! It's bigger than the bottom line. It's about the size of your heart. Your heart growing 3 sizes that day.
Yes,
much like the Grinch did many years ago. And turns out, though, hate to break the news to you, but the lights on the King 5 Tower are kaput this year. They're not doing them this year. And I don't know if that means they're never doing them ever again. I've reached out to authorities at King 5 Television. I sent them an email. Haven't heard back yet. My questions were, what's going on? Is it permanent? Are they coming back?
Well, so often with some of those lights, if one bulb goes out,
the whole string goes down. Oh yeah, no, that's our grandparents knew that very well. And they're made out of lead and stuff, and the people would paint them with that radioactive paint, and they get cancer in their tongue and everything. Yeah, no, it was a terrible thing that came along. And I think Jeff Renner used to install the lights himself too. That's why they let him turn the switch on because he actually installed each and every bulb.
That was the rule he had. Here's the lighting of the tree, lighting of the lights.
3, 2, 1. How pretty. Happy holidays.
I love how crappy it sounds on the radio.
If you ever looked at the top Seattle's Queen Anne neighborhood, you probably noticed that we have 3 broadcasting towers shooting high into the air.
3. Let's count them.
And one of them puts
2.
King 5 on your TV every single day. And every year, we light it up like a Christmas tree for the holidays.
They first lit the tower in 1953.
Oh, my
It
goodness.
was completed in fall of 1953, construction was, and then they lit it that Christmas.
And just how tall is that tower when you think about
The
it?
tower is 680 feet. We light about 450 feet of
I was
it.
going to say 650.
Okay, wow.
Do you climb up there too?
No.
And this Christmas, they're naturally growing on their own natural
It's a
Christmas
show's
lights.
going on.
I thought we were just talking over the
That
TV.
guy sounded
I
like
was just home. We were talking in front of the TV like I always do with my family.
That guy sounded like a historian. Is that guy an
I
historian?
think that might be Tim Shaw, who's a longtime TV engineer around here who I worked with at, was he at Seattle Channel? No, he was at King last time I saw him. Or no, he's at KCTS. That's where I knew Tim. Anyway, so that's sad because it's a tradition, and it's one of these things where, remember when King 5 was owned by the Bullitt family?
Yes.
The Bullitt sisters would never have condoned this kind of act.
No.
I was on that New Day Northwest show last year, and I spent like 5 minutes talking about how cool this holiday tradition is and how wonderful King TV is. And Amity Idrisi, the former host, was like, oh.
What do they charge you to
we
be
just
on that
love
show?
it. Yeah, exactly. No, I think I'm one of the only not pay-to-play people on that show. I love that show. It's a fun show. You get to go and talk about whatever you want to talk about. In that case, it was Christmas lights. But no, I think this is... my prediction is the other TV stations won't touch this because if Como did something bad, they don't want like Channel 13 or King saying like Como did this. So I bet Como and KIRO and Channel 13 will give it a pass. You won't see this on any other channel.
But
I can't think who at the Seattle Times would write about this. So I'm going to do this story every day until they bring the lights back. I'm going to be on this show at this time every day until they agree to bring the lights back. Some kind of agreement.
Do you remember when, I guess it must have been 10 or 11 years ago, when they weren't going to have the 4th of July, right? And then Dave Ross said, well, we still have to have fireworks. So then he did a big public sort of funding to be able to...
What's the restaurant guy? It was Tom Douglas and Dave Ross partnered on it. They raised like, I don't know, $10 million or something to put the fireworks show on. And actually they pulled it off and it never went away again. I mean, that's the thing. When something's threatened and people all rise up to bring it back, it kind of gives it a longer lease on life.
But it looks bad for King 5 that they have to go around and try to get, people to throw in nickels and pennies and stuff like that.
Asking for contributions. They should have a big coin box at the bottom that keeps it going. Like it starts to get dim, you have to put another bunch of quarters in it. You know what the weird, sad thing is? Honestly, I do these little history stories on the radio.
Let's relive it one more time.
2,
I'm getting tingling at the back of my neck.
How pretty.
Happy holidays.
You've ever looked up atop Seattle's Queen and
We're going to get the whole story again?
No.
Oh, wait, great. I want to hear Tim Shaw say 1953. Okay, so
we have 3 broadcasting towers shooting
Can I just talk over the top? I mean, no one's really listening.
And one of them puts King 5 on your TV every single day, and every year we light it up like a Christmas tree for the holidays.
They first lit the tower in 1953.
Okay, there we go. I just wanted to clarify. It's always I don't like to just get the fact a couple times.
All right, so there's your big breaking news.
Yeah.
And that's all you have.
No, we have this big show tomorrow night. Have you thought about your character's motivation and what?
I asked you for backstory. All you tell me is he's a frustrated weatherman that lives in the North Pole.
Because the forecast never changes. There's no weather patterns at the North Pole. It's my
What I love
understanding.
about it is I notice I don't have to be here.
It's
I can
better.
call
In
in.
fact, it's better if you're not here. It's more authentic. I try to include people, kind of meet people where they are. I don't want to make you do anything you don't want to do. So that where should Curley be? Should he be here and then have to drive back, 400 miles late at night? No, he should be at his North Pole weather station, a.k.a. Cleellum.
Can you tell everybody what the basic premise of this?
Yes. Okay. Basic premise is I was too busy to write a real script.
Okay.
And then so I thought we were going to do a talent show originally. And in fact, the promos airing right now on the station are like, Santa's not feeling so good, and the elves get together to put on a talent show. So it's a fake promo running right now because really what we're doing, I thought of this last week, because the talent show seemed boring to me.
Talent show on the radio.
We did it already.
Hey,
we did it.
Here's a magic act.
It was good. We did it 2 years ago. It was good, but I didn't want to do it again. We have to experiment. Or why are we even here? What are we doing? Anyway, so I thought let's do a parody of Seattle's morning news. So it's called North Pole Evening News, and of course Santa is the host of it, which is inexplicable. If you drew this up on a whiteboard, it wouldn't make any sense. So you can't really probe too deeply.
Yeah, don't get a whiteboard out.
Yeah. So Santa's up at the North Pole. It's the last episode of the show before Christmas. Because Santa has his other more important job to do. But they still have to do the traffic and the weather and the news. And so the whole team, everyone, this is unlike me. I actually worked and collaborated with people. I'm more of a lone gunman when projects like this.
Ooh, scary.
Seriously. So the whole newsroom is involved in this. Everyone's playing a part in this, including Cronky, the news elf.
Yeah, I'm going to buy Wally Cronky, by the way. Okay. Is that okay with you, Felix?
I don't care.
Changed the name. Wally Cronky.
You bring it to this. It's like it's an Amish barn raising.
I've assigned our reporters some pretty hard-hitting news stories for our newscast tomorrow, by the way.
Right
Snowmobile-only lanes causing a lot of controversy.
Well, don't give away your good stuff.
I will. Let's just say Santa's got a unique way to get rid of graffiti as well. So
topical too.
Indeed.
You can also work in there that there's no lights on at Queen Anne Hill.
That might come up.
We've got live music. Nick, the board op in the morning, is going to sing Christmas carols. We've got other surprises, all sorts of people joining us, not just you, joining us remotely. For an hour, we got all these great liners and really good ads.
What time does this
starts at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
What time does it end?
9 o'clock with like 2 zeros after it, after the second colon, so it's 90000.
But John, you're going to be here tomorrow, so you're either doing this from your car or you're going to be here.
Oh, I'm not going to be in this room for this. I do not
How long does it take you to get home?
It's an hour and a half, but it doesn't matter. I don't want to be on camera in the middle of this thing. I would like to be a voice somewhere disembodied
and
that
fits in with your character better. Okay, so you're alone in your little weather station with your barometer and your hygrometer and maybe your psychrometer, and you're telling people about what the humidity is and the dew point. That's the really important part.